Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. It is Friday, TGIF, and it's also my last day before I go on a nice little vacation for a week or so. So, super stoked about that. Just nice and relaxing. Seeing whether, hey, there it goes. YouTube videos working. For a week or so. Yay. So, I had a fun daily brief today. Man, we talked about everything under the sun. Setups coming in, setups firing, profit levels getting hit for those TRIers. Oh boy, excuse me. So, in a weird sort of way, we're actually extremely fortunate here at TRI because we're like constantly seeing something popping off. And my cohort here, one of his ideas of late, I'm not even quite sure why I didn't buy it, but nonetheless, he got off a really, really nice win here today. So we'll talk a little bit about his awesome trading. And also, too, maybe this is a great segue. I don't think we're going to be doing the daily brief recaps, but site members who are watching this later on, if I understand correctly, Kevin's got a whole slew of people all lined up to rock your world next week when I'm gone. So lots of fun presentations, and I think I said this yesterday. When I took my last vacation and I came back, I just sat and listened to some of the presentations, and they were really, really good stuff. So broader market, you've heard me ranting. I've been reluctant to buy too much new stuff of late. And the stuff that I am interested in is boring utility stocks. So if assets do pop off, I'll be more than happy to ring the register. I have a whole bunch of open orders working on levels and positions I have in my retirement accounts and stuff like that. So Zach's also got a pretty good beat on the options exposure, and Shane and Andrew have got our crypto options exposure covered. So I think I'm just going to maybe put my feet up. Actually, I was thinking about going down to the local nude beach here in Vancouver, but I wonder if I have to wear a mask on my face and a mask on my junk, because I've only got one mask, and I'm not quite sure which would be a priority down there right now. But that's sort of the fun things that I'm going to be doing while on vacation. Anyway, what kind of market have you guys got to look forward to while I'm gone? Hopefully things calm down a little bit. Breadth indicator, as you can see on the screen, flashing lots of warnings. Sadly, I'm even seeing it in the public. People are noticing that the major stock indexes keep going higher, and yet you open up the newspaper and everything is red. So we're in this silly little fugazi nonsense where 3 or 4 companies completely dominate the indexes, and unless they move, the indexes don't really do anything. But I can tell you, there's a lot of little stocks, and especially people who chase up markets, they're so asking for trouble here. They're going to get their asses kicked. But anyway, that's capitalism for you. Your little chart deck, I did find it fascinating that US dollar here is not done by a long shot. And also, too, all through this, man, we got a lot of people coming out and just saying, US dollar's over, buy gold, whatever. And that's such a classic hallmark. I mean, if you ever hear the public telling you to buy gold and silver, probably best not to. Hopefully, those investments, you did make them at the bottom of the market, not coming in at the top here. And if anything, what I'd love to hear is that you're ringing the register a little bit on the gold and the silver and stuff, and actually making this all, paying yourself. This could potentially turn into a nice, what we call a doji gap or joby gap setup on TRI. My hunch is, though, this is probably going to take some time to finally W out here. And, a nice, healthy, just even 38.2 correction of this range would take us up here. But my hunch is we probably, I get the impression that this is all about the U.S. Congress dragging its heels about the stimulus and sort of benefit packages and stuff, and I also get the impression that they're kind of like, we have to get this done. So my hunch is once that's done, then maybe we start seeing a reversal here out of the U.S. dollar index. I think I told you guys recently I have gone and like bought put options on the Canadian dollar. There are options, they're long dated. I'm not exactly sure where this top or bottom is, but I like the idea that we're probably closer to a bottom on this thing than a top. So, big up day, so that should mean risk off. And, if we have to go through a big counter trend rally in the US dollar index, that might be exactly that, right? That's when the gold comes back down to earth, the stocks all come back down to earth. Maybe the damn crude oil finally comes back down to earth. Who knows? Considering it's early August right now, usually I find that the markets don't really like to top out. Maybe they'll top out through August, but they don't really break until after the Labor Day weekend and all the pros come back. So we could be in for some more jockeying and sort of FUing. I still think the stock market's working higher, but it is a down day here today. Down day on oil. Down day on bonds, down day on gold. Oh, not this again. So we've got basically everything all moving in unison all together. Either they all move up together or they all move down together. Something is not right with this picture. At some point, probably over the next year or two, we'll sort of settle down and get through this recession, put bases, these assets will start acting normally again. But I would imagine, and this is half of the reason why I'm sort of like, well, anyway, I would imagine over the next 6-12 months, I'm going to be hearing more and more about people saying, well, Brian, there's no point in doing technical analysis. Everything's moving either straight up or straight down. Just, close your eyes, plug your nose, hit the buy button. Oh, God. Probably not going to end well, but that's the kind of environment I think we're in right now. Don't get caught chasing the markets. You've heard me say this so many times. Don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. Let the consolidations happen, and then after the consolidation, consider taking a trade. We talked about the bonds, and actually I'm hearing more sort of headline talk that the bonds are getting ready to get thumped here. Jobs numbers came out in the States today. A little bit better than expected. I suppose that's okay. I don't know whether that's really driving the market. Who knows? But you can actually see there's a little bit of a head and shoulders trying to form up here in the bonds. The gold's getting smoked here. I think we've talked recently about the vulnerabilities of the gold market right now. Haven't got quite a key reversal. It'll be interesting to see what the deferred contracts actually look like versus this spot. Yeah, we don't need to talk about a lot of it. Long and short of it here is with that high there printed at what does that say, 2089.20. You can see where reload zones are, about 17 and change up to 18 and change. My hunch is $2,000 should act as a bit of a magnet, big fat round number. You can see the gaps that need to be filled in here. So we're going to have to let this consolidate, settle down, and maybe we carve out another bot to take us another leg higher. But right now this is just hands off. I think I told you I sort of walked away from a lot of my gold recently, so I'm fine with that. Risk on, risk off from the venture cap. Interesting to see venture cap stocks are outperforming the big stocks. So that's fascinating. Russell 2000 is pretty excited. And gee whiz, this is the tout that I was talking about earlier. The interesting thing about this trade is that it's not really rocket science. It's everything that we just do day in, day out. It's just sometimes you just look like a fucking genius. What was so cool about this is the juxtaposition of our classic, reload zone concepts and things like chaos coming into the market. I mean, this is nuts. I can't believe we're actually like able to call this kind of precision in the market. This is absolutely crazy. And as you can see, let's let him have his moment in the sun. Mr. Kavarkanator, the Duke of Berkey. I think he's also the mayor of Roswell. Did you double your money today on this thing?
Sure did.
Way to go, dude. I mean, what a beautiful
Sure
trade.
did.
It's everything that we do. It's everything that we teach. And of course, what do you think? Do you think Kevin's coming in and buying up here? What does this say? So when you see people, and this is where you have to take personal responsibility for your managing your money. If you sit and just, listen to a guy say, oh, I think this is a good buy, you might be walking into a trap. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Kevin, did you buy any of this Mara when it was up here at $4 or $5?
No, sir.
I think this is about 10 times your purchase price, isn't it?
Yeah, a little less than, but
Yeah.
damn close.
So, you don't have to listen to Brian. Listen to Kevin. Brian. Hey, if anything, I even said, Kevin, you want to be famous? Let's like maybe take you over to this guy, and teach him how to do more of this and less of this. I mean, I don't. I'm getting a little tired of this, but I have a funny feeling we're gonna have this conversation repeatedly going forward. I found it fascinating, even at the same time, we trade like multiple setups on the site. There's a million different ways to skin this cat. But, I'm getting ready to go away on vacation, so I can't take this setup. And along comes just the most pristine bot. But I think actually we've created a brand new setup. And this is a setup where we're combining chaos, the bot, and indicator confirmation. In essence, chaos is the C, bot is the B, and Davos are our nice little W's coming in on ORSI, OBV, and Williams percentage R simultaneously. Or our CBD setup. I love that. You can see it just fired today. So, it always seems like there's always a bull somewhere. You just got to keep hunting, trade your setups. That's the kind of market it is. Unfortunately, though, crypto, unfortunately, I'm sure I told you people in the public, but I even said this yesterday. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, I invested in this damn asset. It's supposed to grow at a 45-degree angle. Why are you doing this? And they kept taking the market higher here, and I'm like, if you keep taking this up into my parking garage, I have no choice. I have to sell. So if anything, I'm kind of pleased that, hey, calm down here. Let's just, behave yourself. Become a normal asset, if that's possible. So my hunch is here over there, and, I even said to the community, if I'm going to be talking to the public about an asset that I can actually trust its price prints, I'm going to be talking about off of something like this trust unit rather than, quoting something like OK Coin or something. You don't know what the fuck's going on over there. So, maybe we're calming down. This might be a nice little fractal top. You can see where 38.2s are. This thing, this is too far too fast. So that's just really simple. I guess the way I'd look at it from your guys' perspective is I think right now, because of this big old honking tail and 38.2s, that we're kind of stuck in a trading range, right? You can see a reload zone. Yeah, indeed, we actually came up and we puked out. I don't really anticipate a huge change to this image while I'm gone. Probably going to play around the bottom end of the range, play around the top end of the range. My hunch is this probably almost there. All of these consolidations look very similar. It's going to be some sort of triangle. It goes way out here. So, if you do start seeing pretty good looking structural moves through downtrend lines, now you have to draw it off of there. Maybe we can have a leg higher. But the problem here is, and I've said this repeatedly, I don't think the rally here had anything to do with Bitcoin. It was just, riding the market inertia, blah, blah, blah. Why was the market moving up? Well, it was a fundamental event on Ethereum. And I spent lots of time in the Daily Brief talking about this. Can't tell you how many times we have this happen. I don't know why people always sort of say, no, that's not true. I mean, the Bitcoin halving, we had the same thing. Pre-Bitcoin halving, pump, dump, consolidation, following event. Usually we consolidate pretty hard, but here was the ETHFA event into chaos levels. Actually carved out a very, very well-defined reload zone failure. This is an inside bar reversal, and you can see the correction is underway. As you can see from this triangle, same thing I said about Bitcoin. My hunch is, for the time being, it's probably something along these lines. And I don't think this triangle resolves until probably the latter part of the month. So for the next week, I'm kind of thinking, okay, good time to go on a break. We're no longer face ripping up. We've established a trading range. And my hunch is we're probably just going to play around in this range for the next week or two. So we'll see how it goes. And I have been trying to nibble away on names. I picked up some of this Dash against the bottom. I got more bids working there. So come back down, please. Charlie, I would actually be more than happy to be a buyer of Charlie. This is a weekly chart, so maybe drill down to like daily or 4 hour or something and hunt for any kind of bullish setups that come in through here. But you can see inside bar now this week, so we're probably going to be going through a bit of correction there now. And same thing with Ethereum. You remember we talked lots about how this was a pretty substantial trade location, so it shouldn't surprise anybody. Buy the rumor, sell the news. And same thing I said before, what I would be waiting for a buy level is this 214 area, and the bottom of the breakout candle, that's Grimm's level right in there, that little red candle, that's probably your pivot level right in there. So there's your crypto report. All right, everybody. Like I said, I'm heading off. Oh, there was that beautiful setup on ETH. And it is what's called a shark. I mean, it's just so sick. Ugh. And, of course, all your TD fans. 8s and 9s on TDs. Ugh. So, what a surprise. All right, anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. Have yourselves a great week while I'm gone. Maybe consider joining the site if you're jonesing for content. And as I said, we have special reports for all the days that I'm going to be gone. Kevin is going to be just killing it. All right. Okay, everybody, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week. Try to bang out as many doubles as you can before the close. Watch out. Gee whiz, gold's looking really nasty here now. Maybe US dollars finally bottoming. That would just piss all the gold bugs off to no end, eh? And to a certain degree, that might explain why Bitcoin's kind of calming down. You can see everybody's just sort of like, oh, man, we got to take a break. And I think I got it too. So it sounds like a great way to send us off. Have yourselves an awesome rest of your day. All the best. And bye for now.